Hello Tubesters, another impromptu video, so no, don't press the skip button. It's not going to be a long one, hence there's no face to camera. It just dawned on me, I've just had been priming these guys up. These four are from, obviously they're 6mm, and they're from 2d6 Wargaming. I did do an unboxing on them a couple of months ago probably, and I've done my usual grey lacquer primer over them and then a white over the top. I haven't gone massively heavy on the white. I was actually doing some a Primaris Space Marine up that I wanted to have a paint of, so I'd got the white on, so I thought, well, let's, because I have just been dry brushing. It's quite, you don't need an airbrush. I just happen to have mine out. If you want to do it like this, just obviously take as much paint off on your kitchen towel as you can, and you can dry brush them white. I don't, some people prefer black. I just mainly prime everything grey, and then this isn't really what I wanted to show, but I'm doing that was a good night's work last night, and he's obviously on a grey and a white, and yeah, it just helps me build the colours up. I know the black will get into all the nooks and crannies, but what I'm going to try with these, I have been black lining the others from the Heroics and Ross that I had. What I'm going to do with these guys is I might use a bit of ink to get into the crevices before I start painting, but what I don't want to do is obviously paint that completely over with ink and get it everywhere, or it'd be a waste of time me painting with bright colours. As I say, I paint these up lighter, but I just the primer's also showing that blooming mould line. I did try and scratch it out, but obviously not very successfully, but I'm going to keep that in. I think by the time I've painted it up and put some camo on, you're not going to notice it. Famous last words. But I really just wanted to have another look at these guys, so they've got their primer on. You can see them a bit more easier, they're not glinting in the light, and if I do put the camo on afterwards, it tends to do a good job and hide some of the details. Now these will have a lot more detail on them. They're obviously, I presume, computer generated type of thing and then 3D printed before the main casting's done. The guys that I haven't got any on the desk now, but the Heroics and Ross ones, they were obviously done in the 60s or 70s, literally by somebody just getting odds and sods and sticking them together. You know, bits of metal or plastic or whatever they've used, so the detail was never going to be as heavy. These are 285 scale rather than the 1 in 300, so my others are 1 in 300, slightly smaller. 2d6 doesn't have a lot on the website at the moment. I mean, there's more than enough to keep you going, but obviously he's just starting out really. There's not a full catalogue, I would say, of lots and lots of vehicles. Obviously it takes money to get these sculpted and whatever, so you just got to be patient, but got no connection to the bloke. I just was quite impressed with what I got, and I thought we could have a quick look at them now that they're primered. Let me try and, problem is I've done this impromptu, I've got no backing, so paper or card down, so I don't know how well it's going to look, but there you go. So forgive the mould line, that's my own stupidity. I'm trying to do some cobbles on the like a cobblestone in the middle of a town or something, with a little circle just pushed in there for a manhole cover. Not very successful on the cobbles. Hopefully maybe the paint might move it differently, but I like these. The tank itself, we've got yes, we've got the Scherzen on, but it's all Zimmerit. Now I didn't know they put Zimmerit on Scherzen, but this has, I take it they must have done. You know, I don't know, but I'm just going with, so if anybody shouts out they never had Zimmerit on the Scherzen, I have no idea. But yeah, beautiful. I just, you can see the wheels, tracks, We've just got about everything on show there. I really like them. So very slightly bigger. They take a bit of bigger surface area up slightly than I believe the Heroics and Ross, obviously because the scale's different. But when I put them earlier on the other day, I put these next to each other, and on the bases there's not that much of a difference. I will be getting some infantry that the 2d6 only does at the moment Fallschirmjäger, which you could use for Normandy. He's got some lovely Mediterranean imperial troops, you know, British, New Zealanders, Australians, South Africans, whatever you know, whoever's dressed as British in Mediterranean, the Balkans and whatever, Greece. Obviously, it's going to be no good for Normandy for me at the moment, so I still though might get some more stuff from 2d6 just to honour, just to help, you know, get his sales up, because I think, you know, they richly deserve it. So I still might get some Fallschirmjäger, and I've got a Panther here. I haven't got any Panthers apart from this one I bought as a sample. As I say, these are just bought as samples. I've got more than enough. I've got a load in 1 in 300 of these Mark IV, but I did buy 2. And here's the other one. Obviously, I believe they're all exactly the same. I do super glue the turrets on, and I'll just point them in whatever direction I feel like it. I mean, ordinarily, yes, obviously the commander and gunner would swing to whatever threat is around, but I would have thought you'd normally try and move the driver would probably move towards the threat as well, if he could, if the commander lets him, only just because obviously you don't want to expose your sides to the enemy if possible. That one isn't zimmeritted. No, I think that one's smooth actually. So that one's got smooth. But yeah, really nice. You can see the details in those. So I'll be definitely putting an order in with 2d6 again. This is the Panther. Well impressed with that one. I'm not 100% sure if they don't do Schützen for these as well. Although he's got the I'm talking about, he's got the Schützen on the side, hasn't he? But that's also Zimmerit. You can just about see it showing up under the primer. But very impressed. I'm going to put an order in for some Bacchus 6mm infantry next month if I can sell a few pieces first. We've got side bins, you know, really nice details. I'll definitely need some more Panthers, so I'll probably get some Panthers from 2d6. I think he does it like a company pack or platoon pack, and then I'll call it the Mark III. I always love these stubby howitzer versions, but I'm calling it howitzer. They were used as a support tank for the main Mark IIIs in the early part of the war, like in 1940 and that. But I'd seen photographs of them used in Normandy. I swore it was the Panzer, but I might be wrong. But they were definitely there. Tracks at the front. But I think that's, you know, you can see the leap ahead, and they are slightly bigger so you can get more detail. The exhausts are very detailed. We're getting closer there. We've got our towing cables wrapped up around the side. Really nice. As I say, I hope we could get some Northwest. Well, I mean, I've always said, although I call it my Normandy project, I can use it for obviously anywhere in that theatre. I can use it for the Mediterranean, both sides really. I'll be British at the moment. Another liking of mine is the early war period, particularly 1940 defeat of France, and us having to get out at Dunkirk. But the stand at the light infantry brigade, was it, and the few light tanks that we got at Calais, holding out. I always thought it was a shame on I believe Churchill and that for me made them stand at Calais just for you know, saying that they could make a stand to show the French allies. and they could have got those guys out. They didn't have to have surrendered at Calais in the end. They just ran out of ammunition and whatever. But yeah, look up the stand at Calais, how they held out. But yeah, I love the 1940s. I also enjoy the French side of it. You know, the Belgians, the Dutch, all that time period up in Norway. Obviously, not apart from this guy here, not much good for these guys. But you know, I'd like to see that time period, do some stuff from there. So these guys here, well, at least these three, I'm probably going to put on a road base. I might put this one on another countryside base. I'm not sure yet. But I've always had a liking of these guys, and to say they were still using them in 1944, in the summer of '44, when they were really quite outclassed, because they were designed really to take on infantry, and obviously they could engage the tanks back in their day, but by 1944, you know, they would have probably been struggling a bit. Hence, they turned them into these. So yeah, these guys will be on some form of like a town base. You can't do a lot. They are slightly bigger. I'm not going to change the size of the bases. So I'm a bit more constricted with these guys on what I can. And obviously it's a bigger tank as well. What I can do with these. Hence, I thought, well, I'll do some little cobblestone bases. So yeah, that was it. I'm rambling, aren't I? As always, even on an impromptu video. Yeah, it's just what I wanted to show. I just thought before I put any paint on them, it won't be for another day or so, but I just want to get these bases before I go back to painting again. I just wanted to show them off. I just thought they deserved, you know, the sculptor and the guy who sculpted them, or girl, whoever has sculpted them, and 2d6 Wargaming, they've done a good job there. I'm well impressed. So yeah. Look after yourselves, guys. Coming up quickly, what have we got? I have no idea. Be an update on I don't know. I'll either be an update or a final reveal on the 1 in 35 Vietnam build for the heavy guns, heavy armour group build. Depending if I can get my finger out on that one. There's no point showing you them couple of Chaos Space Marines at the moment. They are really just a practice, but I will show them. But I want to make a little base for them just to sit their bases on, if that makes sense. All I've got left of the Hussars, I keep saying this, is I'm just finishing the faces off on those, and I've got to do the bright work. Finally, do that horse tutorial. And that's about it, really. We've got some other stuff coming up as well, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So look after yourselves, take care, and we will see each other soon on another video.